Welcome back to Look Who's Talking. And we are back. It's only been a week though. We are a weekly podcast. Producer Sam here. This is Look Who's Talking, episode 6. We have Zach in the studio today. And we are also joined by Zach. Two Zachs. Zach and Zach on Look Who's Talking. All right, guys, I'm just fooling around. Take it away.
I like it. We're
back, baby. Let's go. Wait, I'm confused. We're doing the intro? We're back?
Yeah, we're live.
Oh, shit.
We're live in front of millions of Americans.
Wait, go one more time. Episode 6. Didn't think I'd ever be here. 6 episodes in. A lot of content out there for Look Who's Talking.
A lot of content. Producer Sam, thanks for getting us in. Thanks for starting it out. Love the intro. Might have to make that a thing, man. Let's change it up.
Dude, Samo, getting the juices flowing. Feeling it. Feeling it.
I think Cole Anthony loved that one. We're live. We're live from the Bogolo. That is what the wife calls the house here in Hyde Park, Austin.
That's badass.
Yeah, it's kind of cool, right? That's what I thought. But watching North Carolina Notre Dame, ACC Network. It's becoming a new thing, a new hobby of ours is to have a game live. Football, basketball, baseball, cricket, ultimate frisbee, whatever you want. It's going to be on the TV. We might give you some live footage. So
it's in the background.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, Cole Anthony, the guy's got a high release. Could be a top 10 pick.
I'm saying, Zach, one and done?
Guy looks good.
Imagine this. Partner this man up with Devin Booker in the backcourt. Suns would be looking mighty fine, if I do say so myself.
Always the Sun steak from ZB here. Always the Sun steak. What? Let's recap the weekend a little bit. It's Wednesday night. We pushed the pod back once again for ZB because he's selfish.
Totally selfish.
Just
looking out for my team at work. It's fine. A little team bonding. Had to push the pod.
They went
back
to
today.
Tiny Boxwoods. It's a great spot in Austin. If you've never been, go check it out.
Expensive as hell. That's what I found out. Real quick.
Warm cookies. What'd you get into this weekend, ZB?
Man, a lot of just average Joe things. Hanging out. The wife worked this weekend, so running some errands, getting the groceries. It's kind of a fun little hobby. You create a list, you put the pen in the ear, and you get down and dirty with the groceries at HEB. Something I've enjoyed as a husband in my first couple of years of marriage. But did that. Went on a little houseboat on Saturday night with some members of the family. Had some dinner out there for a nice little event.
Lake Austin or Lake Travis?
Lake Austin. A lot of fun.
Love it.
Beautiful night. Little chilly.
Yeah.
We actually had a cool thing going on. A little betting going on. So there's like some poker, some blackjack.
Okay, so can I kind of tell the story a little bit for the audience?
Sure.
Just to give you a visual.
Go ahead.
Tell us.
It's so we're getting into November. It starts to get a little chilly. I come prepared. My wife makes fun of me, but I bring gloves because I know it's going to be a little bit cold on the lake. We're moving into steady, probably 20 miles an hour on this little boat. Probably more like 15. But I bring a little pea coat, and I see Zach coming down the dock, and he's got on like a thin Under Armour athletic wear.
Yeah.
Immediately, I knew that he's gonna be chilly the whole night. I felt bad for him. I would have given him my pea coat, but but not that considerate.
That did happen. That did happen.
We did.
Sam went at me, and I was like, I'm tough, man. I don't need that.
He was tough. I actually had to put on my gloves at one point, and Zach stuck it out. We lost all our money at roulette, though. That's something that we both
totally lost everything. That's what happens, Never content, so you just keep playing, and then you lose everything, right, Zach?
Right. And ZB, you just exude toughness. So
Oh,
I'm sure
just a
you're
tough
just
guy, man.
fighting through it.
Come on.
Orange Theory Fitness, he's back. We're back. We're all back.
Zach, tell us about the weekend, too.
Dude,
Let's hear.
Opening weekend for all my hunters out there. If you got after it, congrats to you. If you shot the big buck on opening weekend, I did not. We went out to Blanco, Texas. Friend of the pod, Charles Schneider. He was the host. Had the family there. Sister was there in action. Boyfriend Johnny, girlfriend Ashley, couple other friends. We got after some deer. Woke up early. Got in the blind. A lot of watching, a lot of sitting, a lot of waiting. Never pulled the trigger. Cole Anthony 3. Is
Wow,
that what that was?
balling
okay,
right
Cole
now.
Anthony 3. If y'all are
Juicing. He's
if you're at
juicing.
home, Notre Dame, North
Turn it
Carolina.
on. Tune in.
Tune in.
Not live radio, but still.
Yeah.
Maybe get the replay.
That kind of falls flat. But
Anyways, but yeah.
anyhow, we had a good one. Didn't pull the trigger. We were out there. Didn't get too cold. Little camp style. Had some good food. Anyways, drank some cold beer. But we've got a lot of things to cover. It's episode 6. College basketball is back. NFL, it's going strong.
College football.
The NBA is going strong. College football. There's a
It's
playoff
the best
committee.
damn time of the year, man.
If you're a sports fan, hide your kids, hide your wife, hide your girlfriend.
Unbelievable.
Oh, yikes.
Jeez.
Let's get into a recap. We're actually going to start with a basketball game here. So for all you football fans, hang on tight. But we watched the best basketball game up to this point. It was the Dallas Mavericks versus the LA Lakers. The LA Lakers are a force to be reckoned with. But Dallas, they're arriving early. 1 to 2 to 3 years, we thought, but not CB. He picked them as the 8th seed.
I did.
Did you get to watch the game? What do you see? It was a great back and forth.
Gosh.
Little David and Goliath matchup.
Watched the game. The wife was home and actually watched some of it with me. It was great. It was great. So watching this game, first off, LeBron James. Simple as that. It's LeBron James and everyone else, just like it always has been for about the whole time I've been living on this planet. LeBron James is a stud. Had a play that brought me back to 2007, probably, with the steal, full court, dribbling it down. Dorian Finney-Smith on the shoulder, and then just elevates for a 2-hand slam. Then you see him go up to AD and just a full-out scream, and you say, this man is locked in. This man is locked in. This man is locked in.
Gas me up.
My goodness, dude. My goodness. 3 straight triple-doubles. But,
yeah.
LeBron James is looking great. Anthony Davis is the perfect fit next to him. And then they've got some nice pieces next to him.
Yeah.
Dwight Howard playing great, fitting his
Yeah.
role. Be a star in your role, Tristan Thompson once said. And
Right.
I love what I'm seeing.
Dude,
but
Dwight Howard revival.
the revival is here, folks. The guy's looking really good, and it's fun to see.
Yeah.
McGee's also a nice little guy, so I like that tandem down low for the big men. But yeah, I came away with 2 things. LeBron James is back. Luka Doncic, I think it's coming.
Yeah.
This guy's an all-star. This guy is an all-star this year. He's gotten 3 back. He's actually gotten back-to-back triple-doubles. Youngest player to do so. He just looks like he's been in the league for 10 years.
Yeah. He's full-blown arrived. He is ZB's having a full-blown coughing attack, and Luka is full-blown arrived in the NBA. We're here. We're live. We can't mute out these coughs, but ZB's back right now.
Struggling.
This kid Luka in the Dallas Mavericks, they're going to be a problem.
Yeah.
In the league in 2 to 3 years. They're going to make the playoffs this year. ZB said it best.
Mm-hmm.
Rewind the pod and take a look. But Luka's magical. Kristaps, he's 7 foot, 8 foot, 9 foot, 2.5.
He's 3 inches taller than Anthony Davis.
And he can
Legit 3
shoot.
inches taller.
He can stretch the floor and shoot. When he wants to be the best player on the floor, he can easily do that. And so this Dallas team is one piece away, maybe in free agency or wherever it's going to come, but they're one piece away from being a true contender, and Luka and Kristaps growing up in front of our very eyes.
Yeah, I think they just have put really solid pieces around them as well. You look at the 3-point shooters that they got next to them. A sneaky acquisition, Justin Jackson, Sacramento King, and North Carolina grad a couple of years ago. I like him on the wing with them. I like the Seth Curry pickup a lot. I think that they're a really solid team. They also got Tim Hardaway Jr. off the bench. I like this team. I do. I think that I picked them to be an 8th seed. I think that the deadline's going to be here. They're going to be maybe 6-7 games over 500, and Cuban's going to make a splash. Cuban's going for the deadline splash. He's not shy to pull the trigger. So they'll be a fun team to watch. They're an NBA League Pass favorite for sure.
Dude, talk about that shot to go into overtime. Danny Green continues to just
Clutch.
solidify himself as I think LeBron calls him dead shot.
Dead shot Green, baby.
Hell of
You
a
gotta
nickname.
love him.
Hell of a nickname. But great game. Tune in. Watch those 2 teams. Keep an eye on them. Dirty teams out in the West. Dirty teams. Let's move back to the NFL. It's the National Football League. There's 2 teams here. Texans trending up. Jaguars. They've hit a little bit of a stalemate, a plateau, if you will. For all the Look Who's Talking listeners that followed us at our inception when we were talking about the Minshew magic, it's over.
It's
done. He went 4-4. Foles is back. The preacher man, he's coming back. He's taking care of the Jaguars. But what did you miss most? What are you gonna miss most about the Minshew?
Gosh, you just miss the just how this guy is he's just a next level human being, Zach. Simple as that. The guy goes back to Washington State, watches football team. I mean, he is getting rowdy for the fans. There's not a lot to hate about Minshew magic. The guy just I see him as a locker room guy. They love to be around him. He provides the energy, and it's sad. I mean, this last week you just saw him get just. I mean, the magic came to an end, and that's why Nick Foles is starting next week. But it's going to be sad, you know.
Yeah.
We can stop the Rookie of the Year talk. Kyler Murray's got that on locks, or Josh Jacobs. I don't know. It'll be either one of those.
Yeah.
But Gardner Minshew is a fun story of 2019. We'll remember it.
Turned into a turnover machine, which is it just happens to rookie quarterbacks in this league. You watched it with the Dallas Cowboys game on Monday night.
Yeah.
Like Danny Dimes, it's just a turnover machine, and these guys their athleticism is playing to to their advantage, but they're just coughing up the football with fumbles, interceptions, making dumb plays, and unfortunately, Minshew magic is over. We're moving on back to Nick Foles. I don't know. Does the kid deserve a shot, or you're just ready to go back to Foles?
After Sunday in London. You got to just hand over the reins to Foles. I mean, it'd be a different story if Minshew kind of put on a show, but he was just, quite frankly, destroyed.
Yeah.
The Texans' defense just contained him. I think they had a game plan for him. He was exposed. He'll be a very good backup quarterback for them and a nice option to have if Foles goes down.
Yeah.
But it's time to bring Foles in. You paid him the money in the offseason. Let's give him a chance and let's see what he can do.
Right. Good for the Jags. You want your backup QB to at least get you to 500. So
exactly.
Good for
them. He's done that. He's done his job.
Good for them. Let's move on to the next game. This is a team, we've hated on them before. It's the Browns. It's the Broncos. We talk about the Browns a lot because they're just kind of in the spotlight, the national spotlight with the acquisitions they made over the offseason, but this team had a tough schedule to start.
Yeah.
And honestly, a lot of pundits out there were thinking that they could catch an uptick, kind of catch a wave, and beat some of these softer teams on their schedule. But they come out with the Broncos and literally just lay an egg, and they look really bad, CB. They look really bad. Is that roster going to be blown up, basically? By the end of this season.
I'm changing Baker Mayfield's name to Barfer Mayfield.
Yikes.
This man is throw up every time I watch him. I mean, oh my goodness. He can shave the stash. He can do whatever he wants there. That's cute. But just shut up and play the game. Stop. Why is it every week I'm seeing Baker Mayfield do something stupid, a post on Instagram, a quote from him? You're getting destroyed by teams. You're throwing picks left and right. It's time to just shut up and play. I mean, simple as that.
Yeah.
The guy's going to lose his job. I'm calling for Garrett Gilbert. I'm just doing it. Give him a shot. Let's humble Baker. Let's put him down. Maybe he'll get off these commercials soon. I mean, the wife's now on him. I mean,
dude,
it's getting to his head. It's getting to the whole family's head. Feel bad for the kids, man.
Brutal.
The kids to come.
You honestly would like him just to be silent the rest of the way.
Stop talking.
But the problems are more deep-rooted than Baker.
It is.
Unfortunately for our pod, because we get a lot of content out of dogging on Baker.
The O-line, terrible.
Yeah. You've got diva wide receivers.
Dude, I want to blame Freddie Soup Kitchens.
This
guy is a terrible head coach.
He's in over his head, some might say.
I listen to other podcasts. Shout out Bill Simmons' podcast. He's saying Baker Mayfield is really good when it's 1-2 reads. And then when you're going to 3 or 4 different reads, that's when he struggles. But if it's making 2 quick decisions, Mayfield's solid. Like, he is good. And they're not playing to his strengths. That's the problem right now.
Yeah.
They're playing to the pro-style offense. They got to get back to what he was doing in college. Let's get Lincoln Riley as the head coach of the Cleveland Browns.
Yeah. No, you have no
Let's
doubt.
do it.
There's no doubt that switching gears on Baker, there's no doubt that he can be successful in a team that does probably, 80% of the things that they're supposed to do right.
Yeah.
If there's a good defense intact and there's a solid game plan, I don't think there's any doubt that
he can be your guy.
Yeah, that Baker can be your guy. I think, as he alluded to, Freddie Soup Kitchen's too much soup. The guy's got a big belly, but not a big brain.
What's
I don't know.
This man's favorite soup? That's my question.
Ah, man.
This guy likes some chicken noodle.
Broccoli cheese. Tortilla
Broccoli
soup.
cheese, dude.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
Someone give me a grilled cheese so I can dip it.
A
Tomato.
little tomato soup on the side.
Tomato
Come on.
basil. Oh my gosh. What a perfect segue into our next game. Pats. Ravens. ZB.
Wow.
We talk about it best. Maybe it was episode 1 or 2, but a little seg we went into. Are they even that good? Are they like, everyone is waiting to say that the Patriots aren't really that, the offense is just so unimpressive. The defense has carried them a lot.
Yeah.
What do you think about this team?
I mean, okay. Everyone's saying crown him. Crown him. Best defense of all time. Crown him. They're going to say Tom Brady's the GOAT. This team's going 16-0. You heard those rumblings to start off the season. Let me read off the schedule of the New England Patriots to start the season. Week 1, Steelers. Roethlisberger out in the first half. Trounce them. Week 2, at Miami. Week 3, New York Jets. Week 4, at Buffalo. Week 5, at Washington Redskins. Week 6, Giants at home. Week 7, at Jets. Week 8, Baker Mayfield and the Browns.
Yeah.
And then what? You go to Baltimore and you get exposed. You get exposed, Tom Brady. Tom Brady, that's all I'm going to say. Tom Brady is 1 year older, not looking as sharp on some of these throws. The O-line is the problem in New England, though. It's not as strong as it's been. The defense is still good, but, man, I would be scared as heck if I'm New England to play Baltimore or Kansas City come the AFC Championship if all those teams, if New England gets there. Because I think the mobile quarterback who can make the throws is something that's going to expose New England going forward.
Yeah, no doubt. Lamar Jackson, this young man established himself as a true baller in this game. He'll beat you with his legs. He'll beat you with his arm. You got pundits out there apologizing. Bill Polian's in the news. Hey, I'm sorry. He shouldn't. I shouldn't have said he should have been a receiver. I shouldn't have said it. Well, Bill, eat your words, buddy. This guy's a good quarterback. This guy's a really good quarterback. ZB, is he an MVP caliber type dude? Can this guy take home the hardware at the end 100%. Of this season?
100%.
What a surprise.
There's no question the guy could win the MVP, but he's not the favorite. Russell Wilson.
Yeah.
Man of God.
That guy's
amazing man. Yeah. Still Sierra from Future. The guy's winning in many facets of his life. He is the MVP to date. 1 interception, 23 touchdowns. But Lamar Jackson is, I got to say, this man's impressive. If you look at the quarterbacks drafted in last year's class, I mean, is he the best one?
Yeah, dude.
That's what you're going to start saying. You're going to start saying you got Darnold. You got Darnold and Mayfield.
Well, who was it?
Darnold, Mayfield, Josh Allen, Josh Rosen, and Lamar Jackson.
Yes.
It's not even a question.
Wow.
Who do you take if you're the Cleveland Browns _1 a year later, and it's Lamar Jackson? Sam Darnold looks terrible. He's seeing ghosts. Baker Mayfield shaving his mustache halfway through the game because he's playing so bad. Josh Allen he's fine. Probably the second best quarterback, honestly, in this draft.
Yeah.
Josh Rosen is the backup quarterback in Miami right now, if that tells you anything. So,
dude,
Lamar Jackson's the best quarterback in that draft class.
That just takes me back. That takes me back to the seeing ghosts line.
Yeah.
That is an all-timer.
All-time
hot
line.
mic. How are you going to let your quarterback be mic'd up on how does that organization let that piece of audio, yeah, we'll prove that.
Yeah.
To show it to the masses.
Oh, totally.
It's only going to hurt our quarterback for the next 6 weeks as everyone just dogs on him.
Gosh. Cole Anthony, by the way, just hit another 3. He's got 30 points in his debut as a freshman.
My goodness gracious.
This guy is lethal. Lethal. But yeah, Zach, back to your point. I don't know. The Jets are a mess of a franchise. Adam Gase is a terrible coach. They're a problem.
So you can credit it a little bit too. You gotta give credit a little bit to the situations that Allen and Lamar Jackson got put into. They're obviously far better situations than what Baker's in and what Rosen got thrown into and all that. But they're still continuing to solidify themselves as really great quarterbacks in this league.
He just hit another one.
This guy.
33. The guy, Greg Anthony, the dad in the stands, is going nuts.
Jeez Louise. With that being said, Look Who's Talking listeners, let's take a quick break. When we come back, we're talking what we've been waiting on this whole time, college football playoff.
Yes.
Who's ready to put their hand in the dirt? Who's ready to air it out? Who's ready to do a little bit of this, a little bit of that, a little wishbone? We'll be back soon. And we're back here on Look Who's Talking. We're a second half team. Let's get after it. It's the second half. Let's put our hand in the dirt. Let's get physical. Let's bounce some bodies. It's college football playoff. Let's talk about what the committee's thinking. They released some stuff. They released a few teams. It's got some folks upset. It's got some feathers that are pretty ruffled, to be honest. ZB got pretty heated. Him and the brother-in-law, they just went at it. Producer Sam. Just give us some initial thoughts on what you think the top 4 looks like, CB.
All I got to say is if you want to know who the top team in the country is, or you want to know just simple things about sports, just listen to our podcast. Just listen to Luke Who's Talking. Listen to Zach and Zach. Tune in to us Wednesday mornings or Thursday mornings if something's going on with the team at work. Because Ohio State, like we said, pretty much the past 3 weeks, is the best team in the country. They're the most all-around competitive team on both sides of the ball. And the committee came out with Ohio State with the 1 seed. It doesn't shock me. I actually would have predicted it. Ohio State 1, LSU 2, Alabama 3. Clemson 4? No! They shock us. Penn State, James Franklin, waking up on a Wednesday morning, the happiest man there could be.
Feeling himself.
I don't think his wife could even make him as happy as that he is right now. I mean, it is incredible.
Feeling
the Penn State Nittany Lions, Zach, are in the playoff as of today. Now, that means little. Because there's many weeks to play. There's a lot of football to go. But you got to respect it. As much as I hate it, I think Clemson should be in that Final Four. I think they should be 4. I mean, they're the freaking champions last year. Dabo Swinney's still there. Trevor Lawrence still there. Travis Etienne's still there. They got the kid Ross. They got the 2 weapons on the outside along with him. The defense lost, obviously, their whole defensive line, but this team's undefeated.
Yeah.
And they're not in it.
Yeah.
You know what? Penn State is. What do you think?
Dude, I caught myself in the office just doing as we tend to do on Look Who's Talking, doing complete 180s. And I just looked myself in the eye and I was thinking, Clemson needs to be in there.
Yeah. Yes.
Clemson's good. And I've sung a different tune on this podcast. I've sang a different song. And let me tell you, you can't control you can't necessarily control your schedule.
You can control 3 games on your schedule. The 3 non-conference you take.
ZB tried to tell me that
Texas A&M is on the schedule, Zach.
It's still trash. It's still bad. But still, I'm not going to sit here and dog these guys for winning every game on their schedule. Yeah, I don't know. The ACC is rough. But, if you look at Alabama, who has beat Alabama in the SEC in the last 10 years?
Not many teams.
So,
the reason why James Franklin went from Vanderbilt to the Big Ten.
Yeah.
He's like, I can't be
Let's
Bama.
go win somewhere else.
Let's go win somewhere because we're not going to win here.
Right. So this Clemson team, they're very good. And as ZB alluded to just now so eloquently, they didn't lose a lot of guys. They lost their whole D-line, which, it screams trouble because they're not going to do what they did to Bama last season.
No.
But still, this Penn State team, if just based on eye test, they don't deserve to be in the playoff, and it's smoke and mirrors right now because once this all plays out, they're not going to be. They're going to get. They still have Ohio State, correct? Yeah.
Yeah, Penn State's got Minnesota.
Yeah.
We'll tune in. We'll talk more about that game to come.
Upset
But
alert.
I see a little Golden Gophers hat going on Lee Corso's head this Saturday morning.
Dude.
But I'm gonna challenge the ACC coaches, other than Dabo Sweeney, to build a freaking football program. I know Mac Brown just got to North Carolina. Good step there. I think he's building a good program.
Landed a big recruit on their recruiting
But,
show.
I mean, my goodness. What are we playing, powder puff football out here? We got some – I mean, what's going on?
Yeah, they need some work. I don't know. I think the committee spoke about how they feel about the Big 12. It might be tough to get a team out of the Big 12.
Yeah.
What did they put Baylor at?
Baylor 9?
9 or
8? Or they
maybe
got 12?
lower than that.
Let me see.
Let's check the stats.
Oh, wait, you're right. They're 12.
Yeah,
They're
just
12.
the disrespect. I know they haven't played OU or Texas yet, but I don't know. I don't know if a Big 12 team is going to get in. It looks like it's going to be 2 SEC teams, Ohio State, and then who? Clemson? What does producer Sam say?
Here's the thing with Clemson. This is why I think the committee got it right at 5. The ACC is not a premier conference, and they're not winning games against those opponents like you would expect them to win. Ohio State does not have a tremendous schedule, but as Zach alluded to earlier, it's the way that they're dominating their opponents, even if they're not top 25 programs. Clemson doesn't have a signature win, even with mediocre competition that they're blowing out. That's not what the box score indicates. Now, you can talk about how a W at the end of the day is a W, and that's fine. But there's a reason why Ohio State is, in the playoffs without having to play a tremendous schedule. The reason why I think LSU should be 1 is it's just philosophy. I'm looking at who they've beaten and not how they've beaten. And so, Zach looks at how they've beaten teams, including Michigan State and Wisconsin, good programs, and especially that Wisconsin win. It was a favorable win by, what was it, at least like 17-38 or something like that? Dominated. LSU doesn't have a huge spread across a top 25 team, but they've beaten 3 top 10 teams, which is, I think, more impressive than what I've seen from Ohio State. But I think for the most part, the committee was fine. I'll take Ohio State at 1. I'm not going to complain about that.
Yeah. Got a chance to kind of see what they're seeing, put yourself in their shoes, and I'm with producer Sam. They're pretty, I don't know, pretty spot on here. They're going a little bit off eye test. A little bit off eye test is what, they're not.
I guess.
They're favoring eye test a little more of a resume?
I guess. I mean, all
think?
I know is the one game I've watched Penn State play, they played Pittsburgh at home and won by 7, and Pittsburgh sucks, but. So my eye test was that's why I'm against Penn State. I just don't think they're that good. Also, the ACC is known as being one of the best conferences in football if they're at their peak. I mean, programs like Miami, programs like freaking Florida State, Louisville. These programs need to get to the next level. I mean, Florida State fires Taggart this year.
How do you do that?
And after a season and a half, Taggart's gone. Poor guy went to Oregon, moved on to Florida State, and now he's fired after his dream job.
How do you not give a
Taggart
guy
needs
4
to get,
years?
You need to give the guy 3 to 4 years.
3 to 4 years.
3 is early, but you need to give him 3 at
early.
least.
You got to get your recruiting class.
Yeah,
a full recruiting class.
No, yeah. So Taggart's gone. Florida State's honestly, I've heard rumblings of Urban Meyer trying to go after Urban, but
the
Urban
Bob
Meyer.
Stoops rumor.
You're kind of hearing the Florida State. You're hearing a little Notre Dame. You're hearing a little USC.
Yeah.
I think if he's going to go anywhere, it's going to be USC. But anyways, ACC, I mean, they got to get their big-time level programs back to where they're known for playing. I mean, Miami, Florida State, no excuse. These teams should be high-level programs.
Yeah, I agreed. Let's move into our segment of looking ahead. We've got some matchups that, stay strapped to your seats, put your seatbelt on. It's going to be a ride. Let's talk about the first one. LSU, Bama. Maybe Oh, just saying it gets you pretty jacked up.
Gosh.
I'm actually more than pissed off. We kick at 2:30. I'm going to be at the game. This game kicks at 2:30. But I'm not fan enough to record it and then go back and watch it, so I'm going to end up watching highlights. But LSU Bama, who do you like in this one? Is Tua even playing? Has anyone heard yet?
LSU Bama is just every single person in America, no matter where you are, is going to be tuned into this game. Let me tell you. Growing up as a kid, you heard the LSU-Bama rivalry. You heard the 1-2. You got the Patrick Petersons, Tyrann Matthews. You got those guys on the defense. And then you got the guys on Alabama. You got the Derrick Henrys at running back, the Mark Ingrams at running back, Amari Cooper on the outside. These teams are legendary, and it's really good to see LSU back because you're getting to see a little taste of what we used to see as kids. It's beautiful, man.
Dude.
And Ed over Saban. Come on, what's that post-game shake going to look like after LSU gets the dub? I'm saying it. I'm just saying it.
Could you think of two opposite personalities, Ed O and Nick Saban? Oh, my God.
Yeah,
dude.
literally completely different human beings.
Black, white, vanilla, chocolate. Give me another one.
Keep saying it. I mean.
Something else. What are some opposites out there, listeners? Give me one, Producer Sam.
You got up, down. You got left,
down.
right.
Perfect. These guys are
sun and the moon.
Absolutely different. I would love to be stuck in a room with Ed O. I would hate to be stuck in a room. I don't know. I guess you'd learn a little bit from Nick.
I feel like that man hates everything that you do.
Yeah.
Tua Tagovailoa is like 26 touchdowns and 1 pick, and he's like, I hate that interception. You suck.
Dude.
That's what I feel like his reaction is to him.
This is how I look at it. I look at it. I'm raising and grooming my son. He's the best quarterback that ever touched this earth. Where is he going to go to school? Do I want him to go play for Nick Saban where he's going to get berated every single day and just like – but he also grooms NFL talent, so what do you want? What's the trade-off there?
Does he groom NFL quarterbacks?
I guess not quarterbacks, but –
A.J. McCarron's about the best one I could think of. Yeah. My gosh.
Yeah, not producing
Saban
much.
can win in the NFL, so he's going to JV. He's going to college.
Could you imagine like a 2-minute elevator ride with Nick Saban? Just kind of sitting there like –
no words spoken.
I'm not sure. Yeah.
Hey, Coach.
Is he like that? You hear these stories of his ex-players saying like the funny grandpa stuff kind of going on, but he looks like a real word I can't say on the pod. But
yeah.
We're kind of explicit.
I mean, this game's gonna be incredible. I'm tuning in.
Bama is -6.5 though.
Are you?
The disrespect. Joe Burrow, did you hear that? Bama -6.5.
I just picture Bama or Joe Burrow with the little wave to the fans of Austin.
Doing the UT Austin Queen wave to us. He's gonna be doing it to the Bama fans.
I cannot believe that spread. I don't know what Vegas is thinking. LSU's the best team. It is the second best team in the country, maybe the best team in the country. Bama, I do think all of a sudden we're getting to a point though where no one's talking about Bama.
Dude, honestly,
no one's
as
talking
you said
about
that,
Alabama.
I was thinking it. Yeah.
And we're like, that's insane. Alabama.
Yeah.
No one's talking about him. That's a scary thought.
Touchdown dogs? I don't know. Yeah. Are we sleeping on them?
This is one of the better years I think we've had of college football when it comes to top talent.
Yeah.
You're looking at 3 teams
There's
that
parity at the
are
top.
kind of all at the same leg right there. I mean, Alabama, Ohio State, LSU, all similar talents.
Right or wrong, the winner, the quarterback who has the victory after that game, are they winning the Heisman? Is that basically what this Heisman run comes
moment.
into? You can just end it.
Is this the Heisman moment? Is this the week of the Heisman moment?
Joe Burrow, go get your Heisman moment.
You can't
go get it.
Make it happen.
If he wins this game, that'll be 3 to 4 Heisman moments.
Yeah.
The moments that every quarterback needs. I mean, it seems like
he's got the one Heisman moment so far. Standing in the pocket.
Third and 17.
Third and 17. Third throw to freaking Justin Jefferson for the touchdown.
Yeah.
That's the Heisman moment of the season so far.
Yeah. No, and he, like producer Sam said, you get 2 on your belt, you get 3 or 4 on your belt. Hello, Heisman. That's a cool fraternity to be in.
Let me take it up a notch. Does the winner of this game not only win the Heisman, but be the first pick in the NFL draft?
Dude, I feel like the whole country's sleeping on Tua and Bama and like.
I know. I know.
But I love Burrow.
I love Burrow, dude.
You're a Trevor Lawrence guy.
Big SpongeBob fan.
Oh, no.
Trevor Lawrence is not draft eligible this year.
Oh, that's true.
So, yeah, he's the best. I mean, Trevor Lawrence is going to be the best pro. He's not able to go to the draft because he's a true sophomore. That's how good he is. Don't get me started on Trevor Lawrence. Freaking love that guy. I don't even care.
Zach's wishing to
He's
to
just
update
walking
some
through the
policy.
park.
Yeah.
NCAA
Like I
policy.
said,
Right.
Trevor Lawrence is bored.
Let's what a great perfect segue into our next game. It's Penn State. It's the Nittany Lions, led by Franklin. It is also the Minnesota Golden Gophers, led by none other than PJ Fleck. Listen to this. There was blood in the water last week, whatever you want to call it. There are ADs and boosters with checkbooks swimming around. PJ Fleck goes ahead and signs a 7-year deal. He's sticking around in Minnesota.
Keep him out there.
Gosh, you love it. You love a good marriage. You love a guy that's staying home to build something.
I quote that. Let's rewind. You love a good marriage.
Dude,
Truer words have never been said, Zach.
roll
I mean,
the boat.
this guy, PJ Fleck, and Minnesota football is like ketchup on a burger. It's like
You love it.
whatever you want to call it. The best
You love
combos
it.
in the game. It's like LeBron and Wade,
Dude.
MJ Pippen,
Dude, Minnesota.
Devin Booker, DeAndre Ayton. I mean, whatever you want to call it. I don't know. We'll say it.
Let's see. Minnesota, PJ Fleck. They're married for 7 more years, and I kind of love it. I kind of love this Fleck guy. I would love to play for him. You want to talk about playing for somebody. Ed O, PJ Fleck. Put him in the top tier, who I want to play for. But
Let me give you a comparison of PJ Fleck. Could PJ Fleck become the next Dabo Swinney? Clemson historically not known of being a great football program. They're not known historically of being a great football program. Dabo, a young, vibrant coach, comes in and makes this team his own, creates the top talent, takes advantage of the ACC conference, and builds a winner for years to come.
Yeah.
PJ Fleck comes into Minnesota, not a historically known program, never good at football, in a good conference, the Big Ten.
Yeah.
I think he
Let
can
me
win
tell you
recruits
this.
in Minnesota. You're competing in the territories. You're getting kids from Iowa. And obviously, we know the hot guys can recruit. We know they can build some talent.
Dude,
Come on now.
Tight end you.
Don't even start. But you're in a good territory to recruit. Could PJ
Dude.
Fleck create a sustained winner of the Golden
You want
Gophers?
to talk about games to get excited for. PJ Fleck. Listen, it's Look Who's Talking. The nation is watching. The nation is watching this weekend. And we are ready for you to upset the Nittany Lions.
How about the state of Minnesota for a second? PJ Fleck and the Golden Gophers, Kirk Cousins and the Vikings, and then you got Carl Towns throwing bows to Joel Embiid and calling him out. And they're
Dude.
4-1.
Dude.
The state of Minnesota is on fire, people.
I just bought a one-way ticket to Minnesota, and I'm not coming back, CB. I'm not coming back, buddy. Let's move on. I don't even know. We didn't even pick it. Penn State, -7. Who you got?
Gosh.
Minnesota
Golden
with the
Gophers. How could I not? How could I not pick them?
Let's go.
Fleck,
All right.
Fleck.
Baylor, TCU. It's a rivalry game. Baylor's playing pretty good football. This, as ZB alluded to, we talked a little pregame action before the pod, before we let the listeners in on what's going on in our minds. This is a statement win if Baylor wins here. This is your rival. This is going to Fort Worth. Hostile environment.
Yes.
TCU's not that good. You should beat this team. Is Baylor on upset alert?
I don't know. Simple as that, because
Wow,
I
bold
really
take.
am rooting for the Bears, man. Bold take. I don't know.
I don't know.
Come on. I'm rooting for the Bears. I'm slowly becoming – I'm not slowly. It's a fast train right now. I love the Baylor Bears. I love Matt Rule. I love what they got going on there, and I'm rooting for them, honestly, because I am a Big 12 fan. Since I've moved to Austin, and I went
Appreciate
to school
you.
in Lubbock.
Appreciate you.
I'm a Big 12 fan. I want to see them succeed, and Baylor's the one shot we got. So I'm really rooting on them, but I'm scared Gary Patterson, who we know can coach some football, is going to know how to game plan the Baylor Bears. Hostile environment. The kids at TCU are going to show out. If they win, this is one of those program-changing wins. You saw the win against West Virginia last week. You saw, 7-0 on Halloween, a Thursday night game, but it's a home game.
Got past it.
They barely win,
Yeah.
but they win the game.
Yeah.
This is where winners. This is sustainability is built right here. This is a program changing when you go to Fort Worth. You win in Fort Worth in front of the kids of Dallas, the high school recruits you're going after.
Sure.
And you go 8-0. They see you give it to the Horned Frogs. This is when you see Baylor become a true program and you see some sustained success.
Yeah.
I'm excited. But if you lose, we'll see how the game goes.
Yeah. No,
I would be lying if I said, Zach, that I don't think I think Baylor's winning. I think TCU is going to squeak out this game. But if Baylor wins,
yeah. If Baylor wins, the Big 12 will, moving into next year and years to come, you're going to have a three-headed monster as long as Matt Rule is there. As long as Matt Rule is there, it's going to be a three-man race. A lot of these other teams are dangerous, but when you have your guy, when you have your pilot, your head coach, you've got the ship going in the right direction, the captain. You know, you talk about Lincoln Riley, Tom.
Over the intercom. All right, we're taking off. Here we go. This is Matt Rule speaking, and we're on flight 272, and we are taking off.
This is your captain speaking.
Ride with the man.
Come on. Yeah, you got Matt Rule, you got Lincoln Riley, and Tom Herman. Those are three guys that, put the gloves on. Let's get in the ring, and let's beat each other up for the next 5 years or so. I'd love to see that in the Big 12. I'd love to see Baylor on the national stage.
Yeah.
Oklahoma on the national stage, Texas competing against those guys, and the Big 12 having a ton of worth. Winning that conference. So, I don't know. I think they're on upset alert. They might be, if Matt Rule gets his guys in there for 1 to 2 more years, maybe, what we just talked about comes to fruition. But I'm not sure. We'll see here. Baylor is -2. So, you've got TCU winning the game.
I got TCU.
Yeah. Okay. Let's talk our 2 NFL games. We're going to pick 2 of them. Seattle, San Fran. Go ahead and tune in because it's going to be a good one.
What a
Russell
game.
Wilson. Jimmy Garoppolo, best-looking man in football.
Did you see Jimmy G's after that Thursday night game in Arizona, his post-game interview with Aaron Andrews?
Did he shoot his shot?
Kind of shot his shot. He goes,
this guy,
Aaron
Jimmy
Andrews
G.
goes, 8-0, Jimmy, how do you feel? He goes, I feel great, baby. Looks back at him, and Aaron Andrews blushing.
Twinkle in the
a
eye.
little chuckle, the little flirtatious chuckle, like, oh. And then you see Jimmy G walk away and look back with a grin.
Look back at it, Jimmy G.
I don't know.
They call you Jimmy GQ for a reason.
Yeah.
I don't know.
All I'm saying is Kyle Shanahan's going up to Jimmy G and saying, no distractions, brother. No distractions.
Hey,
stay on track.
Put the blinders on, big guy.
Put the blinders
on.
This game's going to be incredible, though, man. I am amped. Monday night, you don't see a lot of really good Monday night games anymore. You see the Steelers-Dolphins type of games, those terrible games that no one wants to watch. You only watch for fantasy purposes. This is a really good game. Seattle and San Fran, a battle for the NFC West. But more importantly, could this be an NFC Championship game?
A little preview action.
I don't know.
I know that
I like the Saints, but
I know that Jimmy G solidified himself for me as a solid quarterback in that Arizona game, where he kind of showed off the arm a little bit. He kind of won that game, where he hasn't had to win games like that.
No, he had to win that game.
He hasn't had to make the throws or kind of really be the guy because that San Fran defense and just them as a whole, they run the football, they're really well coached, but you saw that he was elite.
No, next level. So good that I picked him up on my fantasy team. He might be starting this week. I don't know. We'll see.
All you fantasy players at home, listen to ZB. He's
Love
got some
this
insight.
guy Jimmy G, man.
He's got some insight. Who you got in that one? So it looks like San Fran is a whole touchdown favorite. 6. They're -6.
Where's this game at? Do we know?
Are they going to Seattle? Where's our stats guy when you need him?
Gosh,
someone run that guy down.
Unbelievable.
I don't know. I like Russell Wilson wherever.
This is at San Fran on a Monday night. You like Russell Wilson? -6?
No,
San
never
Fran
mind.
-6?
San Francisco rolls.
I kind of got San Fran by 10.
Yeah.
I think Seattle's good, but I don't know if they're – I like Lockett, but I don't know if like the DK Metcalfs and the other young wideouts they got are ready for the big scene like this. This is that big game. I think Shanahan and the Niners go 9-0 and win big.
Yeah. Let's do it. Last game. We're doing it for producer Sam. We're doing it for all the Dallas fans. Excuse me. We're doing it for all the Dallas fans out there. It's your beloved Cowboys, and it's the Vikings. It's the friend of the pod. It's Kirk Cousins. He's playing really good football right now. It's the National Football League. What are you going to do? But with that being said, this is can be a statement win for the Dallas Cowboys. They've kind of petered around, lost to good teams, beat bad teams. The Vikings, I would put them in the tier of a good team.
Yes.
You need if you beat the Vikings, you are considered more legitimate by the pundits like Zach Bogoshian.
Yes.
And producer Sam.
I would agree.
So I don't
We
know.
would do that.
Who do you like in this one?
6-3 Vikings, 5-3 Cowboys. Yeah, you're right. I mean, and producer Sam he'll give us a little analysis, but the Cowboys play the bad teams and they look really good, and then they play the good teams and they don't look bad. They just don't look better than the good teams. So, this is one of those games. You're in Dallas on Sunday night. It's time to show out, Cowboys. It's time for Dak to put on a freaking game. It's time for Elliott to run for 150 and 2 touchdowns. It's time for the defense to really show what they're all about.
Yeah.
And Jason Garrett, I think a big game for Jason Garrett. It's a big game to show what kind of game he can coach when the spotlight is on.
Right.
What can you do?
Right.
Let's go.
This team is a little bit of they're kind of a, I don't know, it's like a start fast mentality. I feel like when the Cowboys start fast, they tend to do a little bit better.
Yeah.
If they get down early, they tend to, I don't know, it feels like the game plan goes out the window. They start doing weird things on offense, and they just get down on themselves, and before you know it, the camera's panning to Jason Garrett, and he's doing his clapathon.
And he's pitch red.
Yeah.
He's just so nervous. It's terrible.
Yikes. But
man's looking like,
I don't know. Dallas is favored. It. Vegas loves them. So
what are they favored?
They're -3. I think probably just because they're at home. It's almost a pick 'em.
I'm going Dallas.
Yeah, I like Dallas
-3
in this one. Just because I think Kirk Cousins might poop his pants.
I kind of think that for some reason. I'm not taking a 180. I just think he might have a little hiccup.
Yeah.
A little hiccup. One of those where you
think it's a fart.
You're 38 years old and you just poop the pants. That's fine. It happens
Yeah,
once in a while. Don't worry about it, Kirk.
Kirk poop game, but
I think Dallas kind of proves a point. They take big time control in the NFC East. Producer Sam, give us your take.
Listen, this is just simple. The Cowboys are going to win.
Nothing simple about the Cowboys.
Our defense is looking good. Mr. Van Der Esch is a little bit banged up, but that's okay. We got a gentleman by the name of Sean Lee. We like to call him the General here in Texas.
Love that.
Picked up where he left off in 2013, 14, 15 season, looking as sharp as ever.
Ageless.
He ages like a fine Jason Witten, I think is how the saying goes. Or maybe it's wine, I don't know. Our offense is clicking. I think Ezekiel Elliott is he's shaken off the Cabo sand of some sort. He's looking like the running back that he showed us he could be in his rookie season and last year. Man, something about Amari Cooper. I asked the question on Monday.
Cooper.
Man, not seeing a lot of Amari Cooper, and then 2 minutes later he catches a something like 48 yards or something.
Something like that.
Slant. No one runs a better route in the league than Amari Cooper. I think his Madden route running rating is like a 99 or something like that, and they don't just hand those out. I think Dak did a great job of bouncing back after what I would call maybe the worst start to his to a game, throwing a silly pick on an easy slant route. But he just picked up where he left off last week. I think we'll probably win by 13. I think.
What's the final score prediction?
Wow.
I'm gonna go 20-33. That's my score.
33-20. Here we go.
Whoa.
Mark it down. Tune
Love
in
it.
Sunday night.
We're gonna be. Our defense is only gonna allow a few touchdowns, mostly field goals. Our red zone D has been good all season. Last week wasn't any different. So
yeah. Okay, you heard it here first,
You heard
folks.
it here on Look Who's Talking. It's episode 6. We're wrapping it up. Let me tell you this. Let me leave you this little nugget. Who you gonna pick? Dickie V, Gus Johnson. Dickie V's back. CB, give me a good Dickie V send off right here.
Hey! It's Trey Jones and Typo Dandy! It's college basketball season. I mean, I could not be more excited right now. My gosh.
I'm gonna be
Gus Johnson, Dickie V. It's prime time, folks. It is prime time.
Sports fans, tune in. It's episode 6. Look Who's Talking. Appreciate you being with us. Go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Give us a review. If you love us, you hate us.
Tell us something nice.
Throw it on there.
Just tell us how you feel.
We're glad you're along for the ride. We'll see you later.
Listen in on Wednesday mornings. Follow us on Instagram. Look who's talking.
I said, Lord.